Now, here's the thing. The Fun Kids bosses, who know I am a brilliant dancer, they asked me to connect with my fellow dancers and chat to the stars of CBBC's The Next Step. So, what I did was, I went to the Fun Kids Black Book of phone numbers and gave them a call.
I play Michelle on The Next Step. This is Victoria Baldesarra.
I'm Briar Nolet, and I play Rochelle on The Next Step.
And I'm Jordan Clark, and I play Giselle on The Next Step.
Excellent, thank you very much. Now, The Next Step is massive. Oh my goodness, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I was chatting to some of my little relatives, and I said to them, do you want me to ask questions to the cast? I can ask them anything you want. And they said, can you ask them everything?
Just everything.
Just everything. Just
Of course.
pretty much all of it. So I don't know.
so sweet.
I don't know that I'll quite cover everything.
Everything?
No worries.
But what I wanted to say first is, what's it like being in the cast? Because there are so many of you in it.
Oh, that's such an amazing question. There are quite a few of us. I think we always forget just because we are all together all the time. But it's truly an amazing thing. I feel like the bond that we have together is just inseparable. I've never met a group of people so lively and just so amazing, and people that I don't get sick of, really. I actually have separation anxiety from them when we go home from the tour. I'm sure Briar and Jordan will say the same.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
It's such an amazing thing. So
It's like our own little family.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting when somebody new comes in, we kind of just take them in and we show them kind of the ropes.
Yeah.
And what's going on,
I think they're a little like, woo, because we're so energetic.
Yeah.
We're all
Yeah, it's a
so
lot.
much, but it's amazing. Like, we all get each other, which is like the best part.
Yeah.
So it's so awesome how well we connect and how well we stay together.
Yeah.
And I know that we will forever because
Yeah.
Oh,
we have
yeah.
such a bond that's
it's
so crazy.
such a family thing. Like, I know that all of them will be at my wedding one day.
For sure. Same with me.
and our children will have play dates and all that fun stuff.
Absolutely.
Now, with a bond that close, who wouldn't want to be part of it? Perhaps even I could join in. Time to get some more information about how I could get involved. So, when you guys go into it, were you dancers before you went in, or actors? Like, what was your main background?
I'd say dance more so, but we all did do acting, of course. We all kind of grew up in studio since we were extremely young, so we grew up dancing and then got into the acting world probably when we were, I'd say, like 11, 12,
Yeah.
like getting older, teenagers, and then we've been doing both ever since.
Right, now I managed to get some info from the girls. Now it's time to chat to the boys. Myles and Isaiah were the next to take my call. He's new to the cast, by the way, so a kind of really good person to get information from about joining the show. So guys, tell us about your characters in The Next Step. Who do you play?
I play Henry on The Next Step, season 4 and 5.
And I play Noah. I've been playing Noah since season 1 in The Next Step.
I was going to say, so Noah's been in it a while, but Henry is a new character.
Yes.
How is it walking into a show that's already established and being brand new?
Honestly, it's a lot of fun, especially because the show has already taken off and it's doing really well. So it's not like we have to work for the fan base. We just have to make sure that, we're relatable to them. And it's very humbling to be a part of a show that's done so well so far.
That's right, yeah.
And was everyone nice to you when you walked in?
Yeah, of course. Everyone's so generous and so loving on the set.
I'm just checking. Myles, what's it like when people come in for the first time? Are you like, who are these people? Are they taking over my drawer?
No, not at all. I actually love it. I love meeting new people and being inspired and motivated. Actually, I was actually very inspired by Isaiah when he came in because he's a breakdancer, and I had never done much of that kind of style of dancing, and it's actually inspired me a lot with my dancing to learn more.
Okay, so it turns out it really is about dancing ability. So maybe getting some dirt about the team will help me worm my way in. And you guys are going on tour, or you've been on tour, earlier this year.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I need to ask, who was the naughtiest member of your team? Who's the one who plays the pranks or is a bit silly?
Oh, that's Trevor.
100%.
Tordjman. Trevor Tordjman.
Yep.
He plays James in The Next Step.
Oh, just prankster all day long.
Oh, okay, give me some dirt, because I'm going to chat to him in a little while. So I need
Okay, I'm going to give you a little secret.
Okay.
I didn't tell you this. He farts a lot.
A lot.
He farts.
And when we say a lot, we don't just mean like on the bus. We don't mean just like in the change room. We mean on stage too.
Oh, yeah.
Time to get on to Trevor to see if this is true. But first, one last attempt to get some advice. If we have listeners who want to become dancers, or for example, me, I'm a bit rubbish at dancing, but would you have like a certain style that I could maybe try that would be really easy, or a certain move you think would be really good?
Everybody's got a dancer inside of them. Everybody's got a dancer.
Dancing
inside
is
them.
such a natural thing. It's all groove. It's all just
it's
At
like
the end of the day, it's however you feel and how the music makes it.
So, a quick recap. CBBC's The Next Step is huge. You've probably heard of it. And I thought maybe I could get a part in it. It's a pretty good deal. I think I'd be awesome. So, I've spoken to some of the cast so far. I've got some advice. I've been told dance is a skill that everyone has. And I've also got some dirt on one of the stars, Trevor. Now, is it true? That's my next question. Is what I've heard about him definitely for real?
Hello.
Hello, that's Lamar, Trevor and Isaac.
Yes.
Yes, I got it right.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, Bex.
Yeah, good, thanks, man. For our listeners, can you just tell us which characters you guys play?
I actually play James, and this is Trevor speaking.
Okay.
And I'm Isaac, and I play Eldon.
And I'm Lamar, and I play West.
Now, I was chatting to the guys before, and I was talking about what it was like being on tour.
Right.
And I said to them, who is the naughtiest or the silliest member of your gang?
Definitely Trev.
Definitely
Why
Trevor.
do I have a feeling they
Trevor,
said me?
100%.
It's funny. I think
He's just very energetic. He just has a lot of energy at all times.
Well, let me tell you my perspective on this. I think
Okay, yeah, sure. Talk yourself out of this.
really
Excellent.
what it is everybody knows that I'm actually the most calm and the most collected.
Oh my
And that's
goodness.
why they come with that.
Absolutely no chance.
Yeah, there's not a single chance.
There's not a single chance he's the most calm and collected.
That is, yeah, that's definitely...
I'm just happy to be here, okay?
I mean, it's not what I've heard. I haven't heard that at all, if anything. I've heard... I heard, you're obviously quite a happy chap, which is great. But also, I heard from the boys that you fart a lot.
Oh my goodness.
This is what they told me, so I can't help it.
From Myles and Isaiah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, usually I fart just to break the tension from Myles, focusing all of his energy to his hair.
Yeah.
And just to calm Isaiah down, you know what I mean? Usually just to get him to leave the room for a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so the dirt doesn't seem to be working. Perhaps it doesn't matter that I've got no dance background. Do you guys have experience of being in dance studios yourselves then? Did you come from a dance studio before you were on the next step?
Yeah, my mom actually owns a dance studio, so I grew up at my mother's dance studio.
Yeah, my parents also own a dance studio, so pretty much from the age of 2, I've been growing up there.
Yeah, and I'm actually self-taught, so I taught myself how to dance. But actually, I think it was like a year ago or 2 years ago. It was 2-3 years ago. I trained at Isaac's studio for a year, and that's when I did like ballet, contemporary, and I got some of my technique that I have now, which is awesome. I'm really grateful for.
It feels like you guys were kind of destined to be dancers then, all of you. It seems like it was just gonna happen.
100%. It's definitely dancing is definitely a part of each and every one of us.
Now, the next step might not be the next step for me. See what I did there? Yeah, excellent. So, what about the spin-off show? It's also on CBBC. It's called Lost and Found. Time to catch up with Shane and Sarah. They play Luke and Rachel in the show. They may be in the same building, but rather than spending their time in the dance studio, they go to a different kind of studio, the music studio. For you guys, being a bit of a spin-off of The Next Step, is that quite daunting? Because it's such a big show.
I wouldn't call it daunting as much as just amazing. Like we've gotten to learn so much from them, and being around them all the time is just the coolest thing ever, because they've been doing this for a lot longer than we have, obviously. So it's just been awesome. Like, and they've become such close friends of ours.
Was it a bit nerve-wracking going into the studio and kind of not having a lot more acting experience, but like, knowing you could sing really well, but just being in a new environment with it, like not really knowing what was going on?
It was interesting for sure. I mean, I was on a few TV productions before Lost and Found, but this was something I've never been on something this magnitude before, like of this magnitude. I just didn't really know exactly what it was to be part of like the main cast, so that was an interesting feeling for me anyway. I mean, this was actually my very first time on like a real TV set, besides commercials and stuff like that. This is my first time on a TV set, so it was definitely nerve-wracking.
Do you have any advice for any of our listeners who are maybe love singing, maybe they're in school choirs, or maybe they just want to get out there? Do you have any advice for people who want to be singers?
Yeah, I mean, nowadays there's so much that you can do just by yourself. Mm-hmm. There's so many platforms and
resources,
that you can take advantage of from the comfort of your bedroom.
Right.
Like, if you love singing, if you love playing an instrument, like start a YouTube channel. Just put as much out there as you can.
Well, I think it's fair to say that The Next Step and Lost and Found are probably, unfortunately, best off without me, I would say. You can catch them on CBBC and iPlayer right now, though, so head up and check them out. So that was a podcast from the children's radio station Fun Kids. Listen on DAB digital radio across the UK or online at funkidslive.com.